anything you want at Alice's restaurant. You can get anything you want at Alice's restaurant. Walk right in, it's around the back, just a half a mile from the railroad track. And you can get anything you want at Alice's restaurant. Well, it all started about 43 Thanksgivings ago. 43 years ago on Thanksgiving, when my friend and I decided to go up and visit Alice at the restaurant. But Alice didn't used to live in a restaurant. She used to live in the church nearby the restaurant, in the bell tower, with her husband Ray and Pacha the dog. And living in the bell tower like that, they used to have a lot of room downstairs where the pews used to be. And seeing as how they took out all of the pews and having all that room, they decided that they didn't have to take out their garbage for a long time. We got up there, found the place was filled with garbage, and we decided it'd be a friendly gesture for us to take the garbage down to the town dump. So we took the half a ton of garbage, put it in the back of a red VW microbus, took shovels and rakes and implements of destruction and headed on toward the town dump. We got there was a sign, a chain across the road saying, closed on Thanksgiving. And we had never heard of a dump being closed on Thanksgiving before. So with tears in our eyes, we drove off into the sunset, looking for another place to put the garbage, and we didn't find one. Till we come to a side road, and off of the side road there was a 15-foot cliff, and at the bottom of the cliff there was another pile of garbage. And we decided that one big pile would be better than two little ones. Rather than bring that one up, we decided to throw ours down. That's what we did. Drove back to the church, had a Thanksgiving dinner that couldn't be beat, went to sleep and didn't get up until the next morning when we got a phone call from Officer Roby. He said, kid, we found your name on an envelope at the bottom of a half a ton of garbage. Just wanted to know if you had any information about it. And I said, yes, sir, Officer Roby. I cannot tell a lie. I put that envelope under that garbage. It was after talking to Obie for about 45 minutes on the telephone that we finally arrived at the truth of the matter. And Obie said we had to go down, pick up the garbage, and we also had to talk to him at the police officer station. Now, friends, there was only one of two things that Obie could have done at the police officer station. And the first thing was, he could have given us a medal for being so brave and honest over the telephone, which wasn't very likely. We didn't expect it. And of course, the other possibility was that, well, he could have bawled us out and told us never to be seen driving garbage around the vicinity again, which is what we expected. But when we got to the police officer station, there was a third possibility that we hadn't counted on. We was both immediately arrested, handcuffed. I said, Obie, I don't think I can pick up the garbage with these handcuffs on. He said, shut up, kid. Get in the back of the patrol car. And we sat in the back of the patrol car and drove to the, quote, scene of the crime, unquote. Now, friends, I want to tell you about the town of Stockbridge, Massachusetts, where this was happening. They got 3 stop signs, 2 police officers, and 1 police car. But when we got to the scene of the crime, there was 5 police officers and 3 police cars, being the biggest crime of the last 50 years, and everybody wanted to get in the newspaper story about it. And they was using up all kinds of cop equipment they had hanging around the police officer station. They was taking plaster tire tracks, footprints, dog-smelling prints. And they took 27 8x10 color glossy pictures with circles and arrows and a paragraph on the back of each one, explaining what each one was to be used as evidence against us. They took pictures of the approach, the getaway, the northwest corner, the southwest corner, And that's not to mention the aerial photography. And it was after the ordeal we went back to the jail. Opie said he was going to put us in the cell. He said, "Kid, I'm going to put you in the cell. Give me your wallet and your belt." And I said, "Opie, I can understand you want my wallet, so I don't have any money to spend in the cell. But what do you want my belt for?" He said, "Kid, we don't want any hangings." I said, "Opie, did you think I was going to hang myself for littering?" Opie said he was making sure, and friends, Opie was, because he took out the toilet seat so I couldn't hit myself over the head and drown. Took out the toilet paper so I couldn't bend the bars, roll the toilet paper out the window, slide down the roll, have an escape and get away. Opie was making sure, all right, and it was about 4 or 5 hours later that Alice, remember Alice? This is still a song about Alice, and she come by, and with a few nasty words to Opie on the side, she bailed us out of jail. We went back to the church, had another Thanksgiving dinner that couldn't be beat. Went to sleep and didn't get up until the next morning when we all had to go to court. We walked in, sat down. Opie come in with the 27 8x10 colored glossy pictures with the circles and arrows and the paragraph on the back of each one, explaining what each one was to be used as evidence against us. He sat down. A man come in. He said, "All rise," and we stood up. And Opie stood up with the 27 8x10 colored glossy pictures, and the judge walked in with a CNI dog. We sat down. Opie looked at the CNI dog, and then at the 27 8x10 colored glossy pictures, and looked at the CNI dog. And Opie began to cry, because Opie come to the realization that this was a typical case of American blind justice. There was no way the judge was going to look at the 27 8x10 colored glossy pictures, circles and arrows and paragraphs, and it didn't matter, because we was fined $25 each, and we had to pick up the garbage in the snow. Of course, that's not what I've come to talk about or nothing. I just thought I'd mention it. And I thought I'd talk a little bit about the draft. And I know a lot of people are thinking, "Oh, that's just from years ago." But tell that to the folks that have been calling back after all this time. I mean, they got Grandma going back now, and Grandpa, and all kinds of weird stuff going on. And I remember back years ago when I was in school, I was a kid, and in those days you were either in school or visiting Asian nations, all expenses paid. That was not enough of an inducement to make me study hard enough to stay in school. I flunked out. Started visiting American military bases while they was trying to decide what to do with me. And they used to have these buildings all around America where you used to have to go in, get injected, inspected, detected, infected, neglected, and selected. I remember I had to go in there one morning a long time ago for my physical examination. So I got good and drunk the night before.